stupid, crazy rich guys. Warren Buffett, Sam Zell, John Henry, Jeff Bezos. They're not just part of the billionaires club. They got a pretty interesting hobby going on, an interest in a business that's actually hundreds of years old. Okay, we're talking about newspapers, right? And the headline that was all over the newspapers as well as the web, Jeff Bezos, the founder and CEO of Amazon.com, buying the Washington Post. He's paying $250 million for the paper. It's 136 years old. It was family-owned, winner of 47 Pulitzer Prizes. Oh, and yeah, you may have heard of that story they broke in the 70s, Watergate. Yeah, so what's he going to do with it? Well, in a statement, Mr. Bezos says, quote, "I understand the critical role the Post plays in Washington, D.C. and in our nation, and the Post values will not change. Our duty to readers will be to continue the heart of the Post, and I'm very optimistic about the future, a future in which," he says, curiously, print is dead.
He said in an interview not long ago, 20 years and this would all be paper, and now he has control. He can make that happen in 2. So my guess is paper disappears fast.
Well, that's one take on the deal. Here are a few more.
This is really about the future of journalism. You know, what is journalism? And I think it comes down to one really simple question. Is it quantity or is it quality?
It reminds me of George Steinbrenner buying the Yankees. I mean, these media properties have almost become like sports teams, almost more hobbies than profit-making enterprises.
I hope that we'll have startups, and maybe Bezos too, rethinking utterly what we do in the news business and realizing that you can be a lot more efficient, and you can serve people with greater relevance, and you can be profitable, but you're going to be a lot smaller.
I don't think we're going to call them papers, that's for sure. I think we'll just think of them as media brands, and their distribution will be wherever is most convenient for their audience.
I think the biggest thing he brings is the deep pocketbook, and the very patient one.
I think what's interesting about this is that you have one of the greatest minds in media, Jeff Bezos, taking on this question of what is the future of journalism.
Okay, let's hear from someone who really knows the business, someone who once ran one of the largest newspaper publishers in the country.
The newspaper industry has not done a very good job of figuring out what to do on the web. You know, we started Career Builder, Classified Ventures. We did things, but nobody's really figured out a very successful formula. I think the New York Times is doing a good job now with their app on tablets, but you know, he comes at it from such a completely different place that, you know, maybe he can come up with something that nobody else in the newspaper industry has been able to figure out.